Alright guys, so welcome back here to another tutorial. And now that we have done our loading and our test, now we need to do our car logic. So as you can see here, I started to implement the logic for the car, right? So we can actually use the car. And now what I'm going to do next is to implement the logic for the engine. So let's do this. Right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to go back to our car parts, right? And we're going to right click and we're going to create one called engine. Now I'm going to go back on the chassis. I'm just going to copy the battery and paste here, okay? So nothing too complicated. Alright, so now what we need to do here is that I'm thinking to add, so each part has his own set of rules, but let's just call this small engine, right? Nice. So now what we can actually do is that we can start to implement, it's gonna open up here. Let's just add our mesh. So now if I search for engine, engine, why is it not giving me the engine? There you go, small engine. Yeah, I think that looks good. So I'm just gonna get here our engine and we're just gonna change it. Here I'm gonna reset to, oh sorry, no, this one is this one. Perfect, so is everything resetted properly? Now we got the engine. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna navigate to whatever this is, right? Gonna drag this on my other screen. Now on the blueprint, we need to go back to the car. Let's add a new type and let's just add this type called engine. Okay, engine, perfect. Now I am gonna save all these parts, right? And I'm gonna go back to our DT dash building part. You can see here I'm opening on the other screen, but just do Control P and then search for the DT building list. Let's just duplicate here the battery pack. Let's just call this engine small, okay? I'm gonna add this one here, small engine, and let's search for small engine. Perfect. Now what we need to do, I think this is already enough for us to kind of start to build our game. So if I'm just gonna remember which one was the one that we enable. Press 1, yeah, there you go. Now we have the small engine, so it has the parts that we're looking for. So now what we can do here, we do need to implement the logic to unload that, to cancel, but I can just go back here. I'm gonna add my engine right there, okay, and I'm gonna press J, so it's saved. If I press play and press H, is it J? Which one is this? The one, the button that saves again. So this is the one to test. So it's Q, rotate. Oh my gosh. H and G. There we go. I am gonna save the parts. I'm just gonna press H. 1. Go back. I'm gonna add a small engine, which is not that small, but that's fine. I'm gonna press G, so it saves the car. Press H, there we go. And now everything behaves as a block, right? We just need to implement the logic now for the engine. So what I'm looking to do here is that I'm gonna go back here to the master part, right? And what we can actually do is go to modules, cars. Let's just create here a new variable. Let's go back here to a structure called st. Car part attribute, right? And now what we can do here is call engine power, right? This is gonna be a float for now. Later on we can add gas, you know, we can add thrust, we can add and actually let's do thrust as well. I mean, we don't need to do this. Well, let's do it because trust. Is it trust? Let me just double check here. So we have the force It's called throttle. Throttle. Yeah. T. Nice. Now, what we're gonna do is we copy this, we go to our base building part, and we're just gonna add it here, and we just search for this attribute. All right. Now for the small engine, we just need to go and we need to find the attribute. The engine power, it's gonna be 100,000. All right. I know it sounds like a lot, but in terms of Unreal Engine, is not that much. Now, the thing we have to do is that when we attach the part, so when we place the part, we run this logic, right? Attach the part to the main component. So what we need to do here is we need to go back to our master part, right? And we're gonna get this, and we're gonna call this car part attributes. Attributes. And we just need to car part attributes. Sorry, I mistyped that. Now we just need to add here, right? Compile and save. Perfect. Now we have the logic here, right? Now what we have to do here, guys, is just create a custom event called API add engine power, right? And we're just gonna do something like break, and we're gonna do plus whatever is coming, right? And I'm just gonna get this, and we're gonna set member, right? And then what we need to do is just set engine power right here. Perfect. Amount. Perfect. Nice. So add engine power. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna do the same thing, but it's gonna be called API remove engine power. Now we're just gonna do this minus whatever we have, right? We add it here, and engine power, right? You know, I'm just gonna go here, copy and paste the thing for the thrust. Okay, API add thrust. Now, how do we call this? Throttle. Yes, throttle. Throttle, and here's gonna be called API remove throttle. Very simple stuff. Now, of course, that instead of having this is gonna be like that, and here it's gonna be like that. We're gonna do the same here. As you can see, it's a simple logic so far, right? Nothing too complex. Perfect. Now we do this stuff, and that's it. Okay, so far so good. Now when we're adding the part here, right, we need to get a building block. We get attribute. Actually, let's just go back to our building here, call car part attribute. All right. Oh, no, attribute. May have to rename a couple of things, but that's fine. Now that we are here, we're just gonna call the API. Not from here, sorry, from the MasterCard part, right? API remove engine power, right? Sorry, API add engine power, and API add throttle. That's it. I get confused sometimes. Now that we have all this stuff, we just need to break it, right? Engine power, throttle, perfect. Now on the master block, on the master part, I did start a logic here to accelerate the car. And that's pretty much what we need to do here. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna get the chassis, which I renamed. It was a master socket, but I just renamed chassis. We're gonna get a forward vector. We're gonna multiply by the throttle, which at the time it was something that I was missing. Now I have, right? And now we have the engine power, right? So what we're gonna do here is gonna add it here. And we have the engine power. Now what we can actually, we need a new variable called forward is forward, right? And here we're gonna add this value, right? So it's gonna do like this. By the way, when we do this, like for example, we're gonna do plus, you just right click and you change to float in case you're struggling to change those types, okay? Now here, what we need to do is that we need to get this. So if it's forward, then that's fine. Otherwise, is a negative float. Well, we may have a problem with that because so in that case, I'm just gonna create a branch, right? Do it like here. So if it's positive, right, we add it here. So we keep it that. Then if it's negative, I'm gonna do this value and negative float. Add it here, plug it there, and we added the value right at the bottom. And then we just need to add this one right here. After, we can improve this to make it more interesting, let's say. So this one goes forward, this one goes backwards. And we can test this, right? So the way we can actually test here is we can copy this and force, go back here, and I think I even have this already implemented on the simulate. So when I test the car, it does add the force, which is what we're looking for. I'm just gonna add the delay of, let's say, 2 seconds, compile and save. And let's go back to our engine and let's just set up the attribute to something like, let's say 100,000. And this we're gonna leave it 1,000. Let's see what happens. HF. Okay, that's working. That's working. It's good. It's good. The only problem is that it's let's just double check which one is it going. I think it's going by the default one. Let's see. Okay, it's playing the negative force, which is good. It's good. This is really good. This is not bad, right? Now, if I want to make the car move forward, I just press here, and then I press H, and I can press F. Let's see the car. Doom. Nice. Now, what we're gonna do is that on the next lesson, we're gonna make it so we can test a little bit more of these things, and we can maybe even add the control of this car. So for at least the possession of it, and then the ability to go move forward and backwards. All right. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I see you on the next one.